So I went and ran some errands and I stopped at the gas station and I was putting fuel in the car and I noticed that the tire was a little low and that bothered me. I looked at that tire, was like, yeah, that's definitely got a leak in it somewhere. And I looked and sure enough, here there is a screw in the top of the tire. And I was at my brother's house to put air in the tire when I noticed that, and I thought, well, at this point I might as well go ahead and take the wheel off and take it downtown. There's a place that had a coupon for a free tire repair, so I thought I might as well use that. And it's kind of across town, and I thought, well, I'll do a couple things while I'm out, and I'll switch cars and stuff, and just have some fun with the day. So I decided to go ahead and take the wheel off. Now these wheels did just come from the wrecking yard, and they've been really good. Like I got them off a white GT, and they've held air, and everything's been fine for a few weeks. And so I knew that it wasn't an issue with the wheel, although this wheel does have a slight little bend in the lip, but it hasn't affected the balance, it hasn't affected it losing air or anything. And so I took a trash bag and I put it in the trunk of the Mach 1, and then I just lifted the wheel up in there and put it in there. And I also like to remove my center caps when I take my wheel in. I just don't like the way that tire shops will just chuck them on the ground. I've seen them even chuck them face down on the ground and scratch them up. So I just keep the center cap at home, and I'd rather just take the wheel to them than have them, take the wheel off and screw with the car. So I went for an absolutely beautiful drive up towards the other garage. This is just a great highway. I used to daily drive here every day, and I love seeing this view, and it's just spectacular. The landscape changes from lava rock to red rock, just to everything, and it's quite a nice view of the mountains in the background there. Just really great place to drive, and you feel real good just cruising out here. And so I thought it'd be a nice day to go ahead and take the Mach 1 up here and switch it with the yellow Mach 1. That's where I keep it. And so here's just some more of the landscape. I remember just driving my red Mach 1 here every day, and I just loved it so much. So beautiful place to drive, beautiful day, beautiful car. That was all fun. So I got up to the other garage, and there were the beautiful other Mustangs sitting there waiting, the Bullet and the yellow Mach 1. And I had a bunch of parts to go through. I had dropped off the wheel, and they said it would take about an hour or so to repair. So I wanted to go through my Mustang parts and see what I had for the zinc yellow project car. I have several clutches and flywheels. Most of those flywheels are 8 bolts though, so I do have 2 6-bolt ones I noticed, and the clutches are different sizes. I have extra valve covers, one of them off a Crown Vic engine, but went ahead and pushed the yellow Mach 1 out. I'm at the point now where back to having a couple dead batteries, and it's just not worth it to keep buying batteries when I can just trade them, because I'm not going to be having these cars out together at the same time. So for now I'm just going to do this and go that route. I went and bought 2 Ford brand new batteries when this happened last time, and it's just kind of a waste if they're just sitting. I had to think of the order of operations. That's what I usually do, is I will leave room to push one car out, and then I'll back the car in with a good battery, and then take the battery out of that car and take it over to the other car that's waiting for the battery. So it's just kind of a process. You have to make sure to park in the right spots and do all this right. Man, I love the way that car looks with the hood open and the stripe on it. I love the Mach 1s. Man, they're so cool. Love that shaker hood. So went ahead and put the battery in this Mach 1 so I could take it home and daily drive it for a little bit and enjoy it. I just really love this car. I love all the Mustangs, of course, but yeah, I've been enjoying the blue one. Now it's time to go ahead and enjoy the yellow one for a little bit. So there we go. This is a beautiful place to take pictures. Those black marks are not mine, but I did put some there in the bullet once. They've washed away and somebody else one-upped me and did some big, long, dark ones there. So I'm not the only one around here doing that. But anyway. So the tire shop did a really good job, and they got that patched up nicely. You can see where that screw was, and they had marked it where the valve stem was and put it back on so they wouldn't have to rebalance it or whatever. It's very nice of them to do that, and definitely gives them a good business name. They offer things like that, and you know, today would have been a good day to see how they acted about it, and it could have made a good or a bad experience out of it. And it made a good experience out of it. So if anybody asks me, I'll recommend them. But very nice to have that done. I've done it before where I take the licorice patch thing. It's basically a nice kit that has two T-handle tools, and one of the T-handle tools has like a spiral drill bit looking metal barb on it that you go in and out of the hole where the screw or the nail was, and it cleans up the tire. And then the other T-handle one has like this little point at the end where you stick in the licorice piece. It's like a really sticky, gummy patch. It's basically what it is, but it looks like a strip of black licorice. And you shove it into the tire, and then when you pull it out, it kind of doubles it up and fills up that hole really well, and then you cut the ends off, and it patched really well. I've done that before. I still have one of those patches in my yellow Mach 1's tire that was on the red Mach 1 back when I did it. So I thought about doing it that way, but I thought, well, in this case I have this nice coupon, and they'll take the tire off and patch it really well, and then I'll make sure that it stays good. So then I just reinstalled the center cap, and it was back to normal. Torqued the wheels down, everything was great. So next thing I did was I got an extra seatbelt buckle that I had. I knew I had one up there, although this is a driver's side one, so it has the sensor on it for the seatbelt to say if your seatbelt's buckled. I went back through my parts later, and I found a passenger one, so I cleaned this one up anyway because I hadn't found the passenger one, which I needed. and I thought I might as well just clean this one up and put it on my extra Mach 1 seats that I have, because I had gotten a set of Mach 1 seats, if you remember, out of a dumpster that a shop had thrown one of them away already, because my friend had dropped the car off and had racing seats installed on her red Mach 1 that used to belong to one of my other friends, and they asked what she wanted to do with the seats, and she said you can keep them. And so they were throwing them away, but I went and bought them from the shop anyway. And so I've put those in my yellow Mach 1 for now, and these are the seats that were originally in my yellow Mach 1, so they're really nice. And I'll probably take those extra seats out of my yellow Mach 1 now and put them in the new zinc yellow GT and put these back in the yellow Mach where they belong. I was just daily driving it so much that I decided I might as well save the nicer seats. But anyway, I did get this seatbelt to fit by bending the little bracket on the seat, but then I found the other buckle up in the other garage that goes to a passenger side seat. And so I'll bring that one down and install it on here anyway, but I thought I might as well just show the update of what I was doing, because basically those seats I got didn't have buckles on them, because on the 99-04 Mustangs, the buckles are on the seat. On the earlier ones, they're bolted to the body of the car. And so basically I needed the seat belts because they transferred her seat belts onto her new racing seats, which left me with two seats without seat belt buckles on them. And I had another one lying around that I knew I had somewhere, and then this one, and then now again a passenger one. So basically I have a set of seat belts for the car now, and I'm going to put these on, and then when it comes time I'll probably put those used Mach 1 seats in the zinc yellow GT, and then I'll put these back in the yellow Mach where they belong. So anyway, that's kind of an update of what's been going on. Kind of a lot to do in one day, but that's what I've been doing. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.